All right, guys. You know how it works. Let's go for daily ideas. Um, vidIQ is kind of like overrated because in the past 3 days they're just giving me ideas about making some videos about BTS or Blackpink. I don't know what the hell I've done in my life that I have to deal with this titles. Like they're all about that group. I'm just like, dude, enough. I'm just like, I made enough videos about them. I don't need to do that anymore. What can I say? Let's just save them. Yeah, in the past 3 days, they're just giving me ideas about make some video about BTS or Blackpink. I'm just like, all right, dude, thank you so much, but I don't need it anymore. What do we have here? What do we have here? ASMR. I tried vlogging. A letter to my younger self. As a doctor, I probably shouldn't post this. Okay, let's do this. I feel that I need another channel only for reaction because it's become too much. I don't know. I'm not sure everybody wants this form of content on my channel. So if you're watching this, just tell me, should I really do it? I mean, like having another channel. Like, I mean, by the time that you're watching this video, there's been 10 videos about reaction on my channel, but I can remove them and I can just put them in another one. But yeah, too much reaction here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And there's a message on my phone. All right. You know this guy, right? Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Recently, he has been banned from every social media. I don't know why, but let's figure it out.
Tried to log in Instagram a couple hours ago. It wouldn't let me. I have good people on the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I believe that God will prevail. The truth will prevail.
So Andrew Tate has now been permanently banned from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's 5 million followers gone virtually overnight. Obviously, people have mixed opinions about this decision, with many calling it censorship, but also with many other people saying this was a necessary move. With a lot of detractors' main point being that he was poisoning the youth, he was poisoning these young boys' minds.
Show that if you're a fan of Andrew Tate, you're a respectful person. And I was trying to teach respect to all these millions of young men. If I'm in love with a woman and she comes with me and she insists on doing OnlyFans, my answer to retain my control and my respect in my relationship is for her to pay me.
You're the kind of person who feels like they need therapy. You're useless.
And now, who knows where they're going to go, right? Tried to log in Instagram a couple hours ago. It wouldn't let.
Okay. I don't know you know this man or not, but yeah, Twitch hasn't banned him. We can explain it as well. So, in the past, I guess 9 month or 10 month, he became really popular. He had a pretty much killer idea, an algorithm for becoming really viral. On each platform that you could possibly go, you could see Andrew Tate talking about some different thing, and the thing is that he's pretty much a smart guy. Like based on objective personality system, he is kind of like an intuitive thinker, and based on MBTI, he's kind of like an INFJ, but a logical version. I mean, like if you know MBTI, you would not really understand what is a logical INFJ, but in general, a logical INFJ is a kind of a person who is INFJ, but they're logical and they're very self-oriented. They're selfish asses, but they're clever. They're really clever. And the guy had a system for becoming really viral on every platform. And his idea, I think I analyzed his strategy once, and it was just like, he had a lot of these affiliate links that were under his name, and whenever you were going to those links, you could just donate some money, and a kid could have half of the money that you were donating, and the other half could have go to Andrew Tate's pocket. So based on that algorithm, every youngsters were about to make some video about Andrew Tate and putting a link in there, and you could go and you could donate, and he had an army promoting his videos all around the internet, and he went viral pretty much fast on each platform. It's like, to some extent, wherever you were going, you could see some of his videos. I mean, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. I think everywhere just banned the guy except Twitch. And I was thinking that why he got banned, but it was clear. I mean, it's like he was a man talking so fearless and talking about masculinity, but very severe masculinity, the way that most of masculine people are not that masculine. Because of that, they accused him with toxic masculinity, the one who is poisoning youngsters' mind and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's like, if you're thinking so deeply, he was doing fine. He was an okay guy. I mean, like, whatever he was saying, it was kind of like okay. They made sense to some extent, and it was totally okay. I liked the guy, but unfortunately, he got banned. And in this video, he kind of explained that how he got banned and why he got banned. I guess. Yeah. Explain. Unbelievable.
This past week, Andrew Tate has been banned from just about every social media platform you can imagine. One notable exception is Twitch, where it seems he may have actually deleted his own channel. Let's look at why that's important and try and answer the question of whether or not this will affect Tate's meteoric rise to fame. Alright, if you've somehow managed to avoid seeing or hearing about shock jock Andrew Tate over the past few months, then congratulations on finally getting your internet fixed. For the rest of us, he's been pretty hard to avoid. Clips of him have been absolutely everywhere, and they all have a couple of things in common. His often young and male fans see him as a sort of antidote to cancel culture and a guide for how to be a modern man. But for the vast majority of people, these clips have exposed Tate's misogynistic, backwards, and just generally disturbing ideology.
I'm a feminist. I believe in empowering women. Make as much money as you can. Yeah, sure. Do OnlyFans. I wouldn't even mind my girl doing OnlyFans as long as I kept all the money.
You're keeping all of it, though?
Yes, she's mine. She's my property, so she's selling my property. Like, if we're gonna rent out my house, then I get the money, right? You're my chick, you're my property. You're gonna sell pictures of my property. Cool, where's my money?
Tate is a
Remember the way that he's talking about property and women as property? I mean, it's like, it shows he's not that mature. It's like, what the hell is that word? Property. I mean, like, we can't own people. Like, one of the problems in all the history of mankind is that dictatorships and dictators were falling only because they were thinking that they own people, but they do not own people. You can't own people like we're not designed to be owned by another human being. We're free. I mean, like, even the most idiot people on earth, the people with low IQ, they cannot be owned. Like imagine what happened to slavery, and imagine what happened to being a boss and being, I don't know, a master and stuff like that. It's like they've been destroyed. I mean, like, it's not optimized to own people. You can pay them to work for you, but you cannot still own them. You can hire them, but you cannot own them. So the way that he's talking about owning chicks and just calling a girl chicks is not that good as well. like Yami's like I totally understand what he's thinking about and how he's thinking, but these things are kind of like he wanted to just have a character and trying to stick to his character and to be able to go viral just like that. Let me just see what he's talking about.
Small-time manosphere pinup to worldwide internet obsession, and Twitch has had a lot to do with that. He's appeared on Aiden Ross's streams many times, where he's sometimes debated with the likes of XQC and Hassan over his controversial outlooks.
You came along and said, don't interrupt me. You came along and said, no, that's not true because of the evidence. I came and said, I don't care about the evidence, my personal experience. You said, I also have personal experiences and we're all biased. I agreed. Then you said, even if I had personal experiences that said X, I would ignore them because the internet told me to believe Y. I believe what I'm told.
That's not what I said. I said that
over.
regardless of my own personal biases that I might have, evidence is still more important than my personal biases.
He's used this exposure to help further his Hustlers University program, which some have accused of being a pyramid scheme where members fork over $50 for a Discord full of PDF files which promise to lay out the secrets of being an online hustler, but in actuality don't seem to provide much more than the first page of a Google search can offer. Now, for a lot of people, it may have felt that the Tate train was picking up speed, but this past week, he may have hit a bump on the track. Last week, Tate was banned from both Facebook and Instagram for violating parent company Meta's policies on dangerous organizations.
I'd like to hear more from him, not the video.
I have good people in the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I do understand it very, very well. I'm not angry at them in any regard. It's not a big loss for me. It's not something I use too often. But I do understand their position because we're actually living in a world now where it's kind of strange. This is an unprecedented period of human history. And we have internet sensationalism, global sensationalism on a scale which has never happened before.
He was also banned from TikTok, with a spokesperson for the company telling Insider that, quote, misogyny is a hateful ideology that is not tolerated on TikTok, and that their, quote, investigation into this content is ongoing. By Tuesday, YouTube had followed suit. A spokesperson told Bloomberg the ban came after multiple violations of community guidelines and terms of service, including its hate speech policy. The bans led to a series of parodies this week, with Tate seemingly being banned from everything, including the likes of League of Legends and the Sims 3 store, or even hired by Blizzard for his comments. Now, you might be wondering where Twitch is on the list of platforms that Tate has been banned from.
All right, I thought he just interviewed with Tate and they're talking about why he got banned, but he's explaining that why he got banned, and you can watch this video later if don't at me. You can watch this video later if you like. Definitely, it's a good one. Like, he seems like a legit guy as well. Just look at the comments. My condolences for Tate. Getting banned in Roblox is hard. Oh yes, my favorite eSport history about Andrew Tate. That was a good comment. Andrew Tate must be on a different level. I mean, getting banned from League, that takes talent. All right, just some normal comments. Anyway, yeah, he's not a bad guy, but he wants to be number one. It's kind of like everybody in his personality wants to just be like Elon Musk. Shut up, Andrew Tate. What the hell is this?
The kind of people who are really genuinely upset by what I say are the kind of people who can't truly learn anything and become successful in life.
Yeah.
I obviously know what I'm talking about to some degree, right? So if Mike Tyson walks in here and tells you he's going to teach you how to box and says you can't fight, you're a pussy, if that upsets you, then you can't learn, right? It's Mike Tyson. Just shut up and listen. Yeah. If someone, Richard Me, comes along and says, Andrew, you don't know shit, you're a dumbass and you're a brokey, I'm going to sit there and go, okay, maybe I'm a brokey, Elon. The kind of people.
Okay. All right. This one seems to be good as well. Reacting to Andrew Tate.
Whenever you need a friend.
Un service qui ne rend pas service n'est pas un service. C'est pourquoi le service client NJ met tout en œuvre pour apporter des réponses complètes à vos questions. J'agis avec NJ.
Watching ads on Twitter, on YouTube. As a reaction, that's really nice. Come on.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're...
Hello. Hi, we don't know each other, but I thought I can watch your video.
We're going to be doing another reaction video. We're actually going to be reacting to the one and only Andrew Tate. I don't know if you guys have seen him in the media, but he's been very present around everything. He's like the most Google search person ever right now. And I have seen a few clips of him, I'm not going to lie, so I do have a little bit of a preformed opinion on him. But I figured I'd react to a compilation someone made called Andrew Tate TikTok compilation. So we're going to watch the video, give my opinions on him, and then I'll kind of go into it in the end as well.
I don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise and you believe in ghosts, now you're afraid. But if you don't believe in ghosts, it's the wind and you go back to sleep. You give the ghosts power by believing in them. Your house is only haunted if you believe in ghosts. Belief is a powerful thing. If I were to stand in front of you and I were to tell you that I could punch you as hard as I can in your sternum and I could fracture it and send a splinter into your heart, would you allow me to try? You wouldn't, because you know I believe I can. I believe I can hurt any man on the planet, and that's why people are afraid of me. And you believe depression is a crippling disease, and that's why you're afraid of it.
Well, first of all, I do just have to say depression is real. If you look in any scientific journal, you can be clinically depressed. You can actually see it in the brain that you are depressed. So I don't know what he's talking about, that depression isn't real. But more so than that, you can just see the absolute cockiness in him, like thinks he's just the strongest, most badass guy on the planet. I always say confidence is attractive. Cockiness is like the worst quality in a man. Let's keep going.
Yeah, on top of that, depression is real. But the problem is that she doesn't understand what Andrew Tate says. So let me just clarify something here. What he says is not that depression is not real. What he says is that he doesn't believe in depression. And by that, it means that, all right, despite the fact that you might have depression, do not fall into it. Do not fall for such thing because you should keep yourself up, keep your soul up, keep your confidence up. Try to be happy. I mean, like, try to do something. I mean, like, yes, you might go to that rabbit hole, but try to pull yourself out of it. Otherwise, it's gonna just kill you, you know. So maybe some people are coming and talking about, yeah, ghosts are real as well, and haunted houses are real as well. But it doesn't mean that he means that they're not real. He says, I don't believe in it. So, yeah, she didn't get what he said. That's why she feels that he's really cocky. But he's not cocky. He's just talking in codes and intuition. And that's intuition, actually. That's words of intuition. That's not literal word. So figuratively, he's saying depression does not exist. Not literally. All right? Let's keep watching.
Breathe air. You don't need a vape. Have you ever seen anyone with a vape? Have you ever sat in a room? So we go, wait, let me just go. My vape's done charging. Load it up. And then some motherfucker's like, it's bad for me. Duh. The fuck? How are people surprised by this shit? And now they're all over Twitter and on the news. Maybe we should do something about it. No, don't do anything. If you're so fucking stupid, it didn't cross your mind at some point that permanently sucking on this vape was going to damage you in some way, you deserve what happens to your dumb ass. And what kind of parent lets their 16-year-old vape anyway? If I had a 16-year-old son, he's like, I'll go to vape. Get the fuck out of here, vape. Do some push-ups. You ain't got time to vape. You got to do push-ups.
Well, I will say, it's surprising, but I do agree with that point. I don't really get the point of vaping. I think everyone can do absolutely whatever they want, but I think it's the same thing as cigarettes, you know, where you know that they're bad for you, but you continue to do them anyways. So it's kind of like one of those things, but people do things that are bad for them all the time. For example, I enjoy a cocktail or two every once in a while, so I know that alcohol is not that great for you either. So everyone does something that's bad for them. It's more so just the way he says it is just like intended to create a reaction. He wants someone to be offended almost to his reaction, to his opinion, which I think is like the most beta male thing ever.
I decided. I didn't even decide.
Okay, maybe I can add something in there as well. So, again, do not take his word as literal word. So figuratively, as a figure of his speech, he was saying that you should control yourself. You see, he's talking in codes, and people are just going for his words, which is not good. That's why they think he's a misogynist. That's why, I'm not 100% agree with Andrew Tate or whatever, but he's talking in codes, and that code, it says try to control yourself. I mean, like if you cannot control yourself, you just got beep. I don't want to say the word anyway, but the thing is that, yeah, those are codes. Those are codes. Do not fall for it. Do not go for word by word of Andrew Tate. Try to unlock some of the codes, which is really cool about that guy. That's why I like him. But I can disagree with him sometimes as well. So let's keep watching.
I realized yesterday that I can actually, genuinely, right now, nothing is stopping me from becoming Batman. Nothing. I have a Batcave. Okay. Yep. I have an Alfred. Okay. I have a Batmobile, a Bugatti. Yep. I can fight. Yep. Rich as fuck. You can afford body armor and all the crap that Batman needs. Can buy it all. I'm charismatic. There is nothing stopping me putting on a suit and being Batman.
Again, just one of those things that's like cockiness as heck. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone with a lot of money can do what he's referring to. If you have a lot of money, you can buy all the equipment, buy whatever, but let's be realistic, he's never gonna be Batman. And Batman's supposed to be a good person, right? Like, care about the people. I feel like he doesn't care about anyone other than himself, so.
I don't think most women can actually genuinely understand how lonely the majority of men are. Yeah. And you need to truly understand, if you're Joe Schmo, average in nearly every way, in Starbucks working, you ain't getting a DM ever. You girls will never be lonely. As much as you might be unhappy with the possible suitors, you can at least fuck about and flirt if you feel sad. There are men out here in the world who have genuine loneliness. And I can prove this statistically. Why do you think it's all the men killing themselves compared to the women?
Well, I don't get what he's saying really, because I don't think loneliness has to do if you can go out and have someone to talk to. Like, you can be genuinely lonely surrounded by people because those people don't actually care about you or what you're saying. They just want something else from you. So I think it's possible for women to be very, very lonely. I just don't think that just because a guy will come up to me at a club, that doesn't mean that I'm not lonely, you know? So I think that's kind of ridiculous. Although I will acknowledge that if you're a guy that no one talks to or girls don't find you attractive, it can be harder to not feel lonely. But I still think you find friendship and people that love you, and there's someone out there who's gonna love you no matter what you look like or who you are. So I don't think that it's just a man thing to be lonely. I think anyone can be lonely.
Nah. Okay, let's watch ads. We can talk later.
Après l'effort, le réconfort. Milka Biscuit.
10 secondes, c'est assez pour vous dire qu'on a le service pour optimiser votre connexion. Content d'être chez Orange quand un spécialiste veille à la qualité de mon Wi-Fi avec le bilan Internet personnalisé.
So again, by the way, I hate ads. I mean, like, I will never, ever gonna put any ads in the middle of my videos because that really kills the spirit of the video, in my opinion. So if I ever get 100 billion subscribers in the world, I would not put ad in between my videos. Only maybe the beginning. That's why, I mean, like, that's totally okay before starting. But when you get starting, when you get started watching such a video, I mean, like, I don't like to watch ads. By the way, again, code talking. By saying men are much more lonelier than women, he's referring to men are about to be picked up by other women, but women can pick. So I mean, it's like he's straightly talking about that particular things, but by saying if you're a Joe Schmo and you're working in Starbucks, you're never gonna get a DM. But if you're whatever woman in the world working in Starbucks, still you're about to get a DM. And by that, he's talking about sex life. It's kind of not about loneliness and stuff like that. So that's not the subject. That's something else.
Some child is outside enjoying their life, playing with toys and smiling in the sunshine and having fun. I hate happiness. I hate happy children. Anyway, you're all losers. We've discussed this before. I'm the king of the world.
What? What even was that clip? Like, there's no way he actually is serious, right? I've heard some people say he's like a memer or something, but there's no way that someone actually looks at a kid playing and goes, I hate children. Happiness is disgusting. Like, what? I know the accent was horrible, by the way, but dude, what the heck is going on here? This man is sad.
No comments on top of that. No comments on top of that. One of the reasons that he sees himself as the best human on earth and being the king and the lord and stuff like that is because deep down of his cognitive functions, he has something called introverted thinking. When you have introverted thinking, it means that you're so self-oriented, you're so selfish. You see yourself and nothing around it. And to see yourself in the spectrum of all human beings and all men and women out there, you should have extroverted thinking, which he does not have it. I mean, like he can be sensitive. Most of the things that he's saying, it's in his character, which he develop over time in social media. But the thing is that, yeah, for instance, I am a little bit disagree with him in that department. Just calling yourself the best human being in the world, being the king of the world, and you're all losers. We discussed about that and stuff like that. Yeah, that's such egocentric shit. Anyway.
Straps in my wardrobe. Look in the wardrobe. Show the wardrobe. What suit am I gonna wear? What fucking gun? Or the G like that? I'm gonna say it right here in case the police roll up. You're not allowed guns in a range. But you are allowed guns in a shooting range. So I need my house registered as a shooting range. Bro, if you don't know me, you're not allowed guns in a shooting range over there. Well, they're a shooting range. I'm a shooting range.
I don't even know what to say about that one. That's just something.
Hold on, though. Have you had a serious relationship?
I have many concurrent serious relationships as we speak.
Are you poly?
No, because that means they can talk to other dudes. That's fucking haram. That's atrocious. That's disgusting. Yeah.
The guy's not even Muslim and he says it's haram. God damn it. I have a lot to talk about this one, but I prefer not to. I don't know. It doesn't feel okay. Let's keep watching.
See, this is like a lot of the clips that I thought they were going to be. This is kind of what I have seen from him. I think it's absolutely insane to say that a guy can sleep with as many girls as they want, but a girl can't do the same thing. I feel like that's such an old time perspective. It's absolutely ridiculous. The whole like lock and key thing is just a stupid saying guys say to make themselves feel better because they're insecure about women being able to sleep with men as well. I think it's absolutely so stupid. If you expect for a girl to be able to be okay with you sleeping with 1,000 women, but she can't sleep with 1,000 men as well, then you're just insecure and stupid. And honestly, I don't know where the logic in that is. And I'm not saying that I think anyone should sleep with 1,000 people, but to claim that men can do it and women can't because that's disgusting or whatever is absurd to me.
If you are a parent and you have a young son, or if you're a young guy, what you need to do is ban Hollywood. Do not allow yourself to watch a movie or a video ever again where a woman beats up a man, because it's not realistic and it's not true. I'm tired of seeing chicks beat up men. I'm tired of seeing it. Oh yeah, you want to mess with me? You think I'm a girl and you mess with me, you're gonna learn something. Hey yeah, fuck you, ho. You ain't gonna do shit. Suck dick and cook.
Let's watch a reaction.
What? It's actually crazy. It can't be real, right? Like, it actually can't be real. He kind of reminds me of, I think it's called incels, the people that, like, hate women or something like that. Wow, that was a clip. I mean, I will say movies are sometimes unrealistic, but that's not just with girls beating up guys. There's a scene in I think it's the Fast and the Furious that just came out where Vin Diesel holds back like an army of like 40 trained officers or whatever, and that was just as unrealistic. So I think you just have to explain to your children that not everything you see in movies is real, and that's it. It's a movie and it's there for entertainment purposes, but I thought that was an obvious fact.
Alright, she's an intuitive, I feel. She's an intuitive, she's a good girl. Who is she? Travel.
Hey guys, welcome back to
my lifestyle. What's in my backpack? And yeah, that was cool. That was cool. That was not bad. Yeah. All right. Enough for now. We watched a little bit of Andrew Tate. Those words or whatever that caused him this trouble, getting banned from all over the internet because of, I mean, like, he's a smart guy. That's totally obvious. It's totally obvious that he's a smart guy, but same time he's he's acting a bit too far, like exaggerated. The character that he developed over the years. Not that It's not that funny. I'm like, he could be different because he is a different guy. I'm like, he's not this much harsh in real life. Based on his personality, he should be much more softer. But he's trying to act more masculine, more exaggerated. That's why it feels a little bit awkward. Yeah. But anyway, Andrew Tate, have fun.